What up, people? Sean Pierce Johnson here. Welcome back to SPJ Live. How you guys doing out there today? It is Thursday. It is a day of the week, and it is a date of the week. It is April 16th, and it is a hot one here in Southern California. It is just quite warm. Not enjoyable in any way, shape, or form. That rhymed. I'm not usually that good or that quick on my feet. So glad you guys could join me. So glad you guys could be here. There's some people here I know for certain, but because I am not I'm on my phone today, so it's really hard for me to see who all is here in the chat, who is not here. And I'm gonna try and find this so I can keep track of the chat in some way, shape, or form. It has been a busy week here. Hello, Janice. How are you? I thought I did see Ben's name pop up. There's one other name that popped up that I didn't catch. There's 5 people watching right now, so I want to make sure that I see everybody. But man, it has been one hell of a week here in SoCal. We started the week out just being like, it was rain, it was cold. It was just the kind of weather where you need to build a fire in the fireplace to keep warm and wear long pants to sleep. And by midweek, it's hot, and I've been up here all week shooting videos for demos and other projects, and just running the lights in here. I'm down on my lights today. I've only got 2 running right now, and usually I have about 4 or 5 turned on for a shoot because I need that kind of light in order to get me through a video shoot, so that I can just so that I can have everything all nice and lit for you guys. And it's just been Oh, sometimes I can barely just stay doing what I'm doing with the two lights that I have on because they just generate that much heat. It is intense. All right, finally. God, the internet on the iPad has been just, woof, man. Anyway, so Ben is definitely here. Hey, Ben. Good to see you, buddy. We got Gillis DeBilio in the house. Gillis, thank you so much for joining in. Paul Ewing of Stompbox Steels. How you doing, buddy? Great to have you here for the first... I believe this is the first time I've seen you. And Janice is in the chat as well. Great to have you guys here. Hope you all had a good week. Hope you all are staying safe and healthy as we're all trying to do at the, present moment, the weekly guitar mass. I've been having guitar mass almost every single day this week because I've just been up in the studio. Pardon me, iced coffee break. Yes, and it needs to be in a Mike Wazowski mug in order to work. That's tasty. Yeah, man, I've been having guitar mass almost every day this week. First 3 days of the week was shooting demos for those Alhambra guitar videos. So I basically was playing acoustic guitar for 3 days, and my forearm muscles are definitely feeling that a little bit. Today shot the demo for the Spiral Electric Effects Red Spiral Overdrive, which took a little bit longer than I really would have wanted it to, because the gardeners for my next door neighbors arrived about halfway through shooting the video, and my vocal mic was picking up the lawnmower. Fantastic. So I had to, wait it out for them to stop doing what they were doing, or at least hope they stopped doing what they're doing, so that I could, do portions of the video where I actually talk to you guys. Other than that, let's see, what else is on the Rocket docket coming up? We're going to be shooting some orange bass stuff, the bass butler and the little bass thing. We also got the orange terror stamp that we need to shoot, and just a bunch of other stuff going on. It's a very, very busy time for yours truly, which is good. It's good to be busy. I feel like we're all at this point where some of us are not doing well with the social isolation, and I can certainly understand that. And I feel like some are excelling in it. It's the whole introvert meme. Like, I've been preparing for this my whole life. So, we're doing the best that we can. And for me, luckily, I got a lot of work piling up that needs to get done. Let's see. Yep, that's right. Me and Ben this Sunday in a steel cage. It's not. It's not in the steel cage. No steel cage. Oh no, it's Quentin James. All the cool kids are apparently live streaming. Well, I don't know about the cool kids, but I'm live streaming. trying to get the wiggles out, you know. It's been a long day. Ben misses the calendar. I know. It's not the setup that everybody knows and loves with the calendar in full view, which is at. Can you see it? Nope, you can't see it. You can't see it because it's a light box. I thought I'd be able to swing the camera around so that you could see the. You could see that it is turned to April 2020. So I know what I'm doing. Go ahead and pop this bad boy off the stomping block. Put it on the floor so I can actually, like, you know, stomp on it. There we go. Power's back on. Now I can put this up here. Keep better track. All right. Ben misses the calendar. Gillis misses the work boots. Yeah, man, I get you. Off today. Getting there. Yeah, Gillis, it's not a bad trade-off to be playing more guitar and missing your work boots. I think that's a fair trade. You know, one of the crazy things about what's going on right now is just the way certain people are reacting to it, and it's really kind of sad because they do it in just like the stupidest ways. But, you know, to me, it's kind of like this might be a good time to just kind of reevaluate things, do things a little bit differently. Maybe even consider just, you know, backing off, taking a little bit of a break. We inundate ourselves so much with information and things to do and places to go that we don't slow down. And I think right now is the opportune time to try to slow down a little bit. Maybe play a little bit more clean guitar, you know? Because you never know. pretty chord. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about something, because it was announced last week, and I don't feel like there's been enough conversation about it. It kind of happened and fell by the wayside, and nobody really talked about it. So before we get into the thick of it, it is going to be about the cancellation of Summer NAMM, and I'd love to hear as many opinions as possible on the cancellation of Summer NAMM. So if at this point you want to share the link to this show on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, to bring more people into the conversation, because I really want to see how this is going to affect NAMM, not just this year, but years into the future. And the way that I've seen the trend of NAMM content kind of unfold for myself over the course of the last couple of years. Ben says that it definitely blows. So I definitely think that it sucks that, NAMM has to be canceled. Summer NAMM is canceled, that is. The reason that it's tough is because NAMM in and of itself, Winter NAMM, is a very difficult show for people to pull off, and to pull off well. It costs a lot of money to do. I know because I've worked a NAMM show, many a NAMM show, several times as an employee of an exhibiting company, and then other times as someone that a company has brought on just for the weekend. And it is a very difficult thing to participate in. If you're flying in from out of state, obviously you're paying for flights for your crew, you're paying for setup and tear down, places to stay and food while you're at the show. It's something that Winter NAMM is very difficult for a lot of smaller companies to do. On the other hand, Summer NAMM seems to be a little bit more accessible for the smaller businesses. I see a lot of companies that specifically choose to do the Nashville Summer NAMM over Anaheim's Winter NAMM. And having gone to both of them, I can certainly understand the benefits. I can certainly understand the risks of doing either of the shows. But for the most part, Summer NAMM to me feels like it's still kind of like a tentpole thing to do. Cheaper to rent a booth at Summer NAMM. Yep, I could definitely see that, especially because you don't have to deal with lots of California-based taxes and, other things of that nature. And Nashville in and of itself is a hotbed for what we do with music, musicians all over the town. There's a reason Nashville's called Music City. And it definitely does suck, because that means that there isn't going to be a trade show for some smaller companies that maybe are on more of a budget, and it's cheaper for them to do Summer NAMM. There's not going to be that opportunity for them to participate in a NAMM show this year. However, as much as it makes sense that they canceled it, and it sucks they cancel it, there's a small part of me that is actually not upset in any way, shape, or form. And this is even me saying with the caveat of I was planning on trying to budget travel to Summer NAMM this year. There was I would say it was 50-50 split that Summer NAMM was actually going to happen this year. But unfortunately, now that it's been canceled, not going to be able to do it. Not going to happen. So why exactly do I feel like Summer NAMM being canceled is really not a big deal to me? Over the course of the last several years of doing YouTube and being one of these guys that does the YouTuber thing at the NAMM show, I noticed that the content was better received about 3 to 4 years ago, maybe even 4 is really where the time frame starts. But the content was really well received. A lot of good like analytics for myself. It made the amount of time that I spent working on the videos make sense. It made me feel good, you know. But over the course of the last couple of years, NAMM content for me has actually been more of a burden than I really want it to be. NAMM videos are not, at least mine, don't get nearly the amount of views that I want to get on it. NAMM videos that I do don't really do anything for me. I think if they do anything, it's a way for me to introduce myself to a company, put their brand on my channel, and it's a way for me to kind of open the door to working relationships. But there are a lot of guys that I meet at the NAMM show that, you know, they kind of see me and know what I do, and they know who I am. And they've already kind of made up in their mind that they want to, you know, start a working relationship, sending me products to do demo videos for you guys or other content using, you know, their equipment. I know who you are. I know you do, buddy. And I love you for it. How you doing, Aaron? Good to have you here. Even if he doesn't like At the Drive-In. So, it's just in the grand scheme of YouTube, NAMM, compared to the other things that I do, is really not that important to me. It's really not that, it's really not anything of consequence. I did, oh, okay. I did not like At the Drive-In. I like Sparta better. Okay. Alright. I'll give you that. But I've never, in the last couple of years especially, NAMM videos just haven't made sense to do. And that's why this past NAMM show, I limited the amount of videos and was very picky about what I was going to make a NAMM video for. It just didn't make sense to me to devote my time to doing, you know, past years I've done mid-30 videos, so like 33 to 36 were the number of videos that I did, and that was 4 to 5 days. That was Wednesday through Sunday, day in, day out, and it just got to be a drag to then go into that and then edit all these videos together, and yeah, it just wasn't really worth it. Not at all. So I'm not upset because I can devote my time to making other videos. I can devote my resources to making other videos, and I think that those will be videos that will be of much greater value to you guys when they're ready versus me flying to Nashville or even hell going to Anaheim, running around with a camera, checking out some things, and just making what? I know that there were a couple of videos that I liked. I wasn't displeased with any of the NAMM videos I did this year, but there were definitely ones that I was less thrilled with the results. Yeah. I'm not going to say which because I want people to keep watching. But yeah, I was much happier this year limiting myself and being very picky about what I chose to cover. And then the rest of the weekend was all just hanging out and being a friend and being a person, being present, just spending time with people. You know, getting the chance to actually hang with Stephen from the Pedal Zone was great because we don't get to do that, you know, and I love the guy. And the last couple of years at NAMM, it's been very difficult for us to, actually get in any hangs. And this year we actually got to walk the show floor together. Meeting people that I haven't met before in person, talking to people that I've seen in previous years but rarely get the time to actually sit down and have a conversation with them. It's what Ben just said in a couple comments about, missing the hangs. It's the hangs and the social aspect of NAMM that I enjoy more than anything. That's really what I will miss. I won't miss the workload, but such is the way of things. But the reason that I wanted to bring it to your attention is I wanted to see where your guys' heads are at as far as NAMM content goes, and the videos, and what is it about? Is the format stale? Is kind of the question that I'm trying to ask. Because it seems a little stale to me. No matter who the person presenting it is, the NAMM video is starting to get stale. I'm going to let you guys mull that over. I'm going to take a look at the chat, see all who has joined us. There's 9 people watching right now. Thank you so much for joining in. Please do give this a thumbs up so that we can just help the video out a little bit, and share this, please, with your friends and invite them to join the conversation as well. Going down to the chat, see what's going on. Aaron about was woken up. Yeah, Janice, I could definitely understand you looking forward to the videos, because there are some people that do make some really cool videos at NAMM, but I'm, at this point, not crazy about it. Ah, that was Aaron that was talking about the hangs. Yeah, that'll be the thing that I miss the most. And the post-NAMM hangs as well. We got Milt T joining us tonight. Milt, how you doing, buddy? Thanks so much for joining in. Aaron saying NAMM is my 2 times a year to have me time with my like-minded foos. Oh, that's awesome, Aaron, that you got to meet Stephen. Yeah, he's a good dude. Ben says, if I knew what a good NAMM video was, I'd likely have a much bigger channel. You'd think that, because I kind of think that my NAMM videos have gotten better over the years, but then nobody watches them. And I think the one thing about the NAMM videos that's always really been difficult for me, especially over the last couple of years, is my NAMM weekend is so busy. So I don't get to start editing those videos until like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday afterward. And I noticed this year that a lot, like Sweetwater had their crew there, Anderton's has their crew there, Tomon has their crew there. By the time I upload one video, there's already 5 or 6 out of the same thing that I covered. And at a certain point, you have to ask yourself, well, why should I put up a video of this when there's already 5 or 6 out there? It's by that point, people have already seen who they want. They've seen what they want. Ben saw a TGU 19 video out this week. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no rush in with that really, but that, you know, TGU and events like that are different from NAMM in that it's really all about the, you know, us, you know, YouTuber guys getting together. You know, it's not really, it's not time sensitive stuff, I suppose I could say. So that's really all I can say about it. Personalities, interactions, and hangs. More videos of everybody's hangs. Very interesting, guys. This is actually really helpful. It's helpful to see what your perspectives are on the NAMM video thing. You know, because the thing for me has always been, like, NAMM is kind of, it's a newsworthy event, so you have to put an emphasis on the product, because that's what, you know, NAMM is really all about. But the benefit for me is I've known so many of these guys for so many years and whatnot, that it's great for me to be able to have that rapport with them, to be able to talk to them like human beings rather than as like some investigatory journalist who leaves people bleeding and dying along the way. You know, like that. So it helps me to do stuff like that. And that's it. That went away. Yeah. I know I will probably never meet anyone, but seeing everyone together is very exciting. Well, that's good to know. I'll definitely consider that, Janice. Hey, Bent Tom in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying healthy. And iced coffee is a good thing. Change up. Ah. Ben's son, my son Kyan, says, "How are you today, Sean?" Tell him I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. That was very nice of him. Just very hot here in California today. Yeah, this red spiral overdrive is something fierce. Oh. Well, guys, I appreciate your insight on that. That kind of helps me think about things. Milt is asking what year my Les Paul is. And Bent is asking if it's a 90s studio. It's actually not a 90s studio. It's not too far off. It is a Les Paul studio. I think it's from 2003. I mean, the serial number on this begins with 01, so I'm inclined to say that it's 2001. But it was a Guitar Center anniversary exclusive in, I believe it was, I want to say it was 2003 or 2004. But it is a studio, that much is true. And they did a black studio, and it was the time where they had the all platinum Les Paul, so they put all the platinum hardware on this, and this has been kind of my main thing for ever since I got it. It was a Christmas gift. So yeah, it's pretty sick. I love it a lot. If it's 9 digits, look at 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 digits. So, yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it's an 8-digit serial number. Yeah, Ben, it is surprisingly an easy Les Paul to play. Hey, Laz is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, Gillis, it's electrical tape, just above the nut. I tend to do that on most guitars that I record pretty heavily with. It just kind of kills any sort of sympathetic vibrations at the headstock. I've done it before down here at the bridge too. Because when you're listening to things in headphones under a microscope in the studio, those overtones that the instrument creates can sometimes clash with everything in the mix. So to minimize those as much as possible and to diminish any sort of like excessively ringing frequencies, I just take some electrical tape, wrap it around the headstock a couple times, and that, kills that. And I do that because, one, the tape is lightweight and it's easy to remove. That's the favorite part of it, really. I think I went to the hardware store about a year ago and bought 5 rolls of electrical tape for like $2. So 2 rolls of electrical tape. I change my guitar strings maybe once a month and a half if I'm really pushing it. And I don't do this all the time. This is actually the first time in over 3 years that I've done this to this Les Paul. And I mainly did it just as an experiment to see if I noticed any real differences from without having it on there. But I do this a lot to my Chapman 7 string. I do that to it all the time. And then I do it to my Ramos as well. That tends to have some issues, mostly at the bridge with overtones. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Aaron is saying then it's 1 and 5. So the first number and the fifth number in the serial number, correct? Alright, let's see. First number is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 04. That's when it was made. I have a couple made around 2003, 2004. But yeah, I love this guitar. And I love all the studios from this like early 2000s period because it's people talk about Gibson with their quality control and their consistency saying that they're not consistent, but between this Les Paul and then I have a black one that's more of like a worn like open pore finish, and then I had a Silverburst BFG which I sold to a friend of mine about a year ago. Basically, I just they feel like exactly the same, so it's pretty crazy. Yeah, a third of this chat has played this guitar. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I love this guitar. It's a great guitar, and they all just the two studios, all three studios that I've had, and the two that I've held on to, they've just been great. Shh, stop telling the world about good cheap Les Pauls. I even have an Epiphone on the rack right now. I know where a Les Paul studio from the 90s is for $600, I think? Yeah, $600. That's what I saw. Yeah, those 90s Les Paul studios are nothing to joke about. They are really good. But I've done some work to it. You know, it's not 100% stock. The pickups have been switched out to Seymour Duncans. You know, all the rest of the electronics are still the same. But this guitar, let's see, 04. This is going on 16 years of service with me. And, you know, the real major repairs have been headstock breaks and things like that. But there's never been a refret, anything like that. But we might be getting down to the time where we're probably getting close to a refret needing to be done. But everybody's talking about buying 90s Les Pauls, and I just want as many of these as I can find. I'll take like 2 more at this point. Set one up exactly like this, and then have another one that's stock. And then maybe by then I'll convince Gibson or Epiphone to make me one exactly like this. You know, Gillis, I'm kind of on the hunt for a super Strat. I know I have that Kramer, and everybody loves that Tiger Stripe Kramer, but that's only here for a little while. It's not here permanently. My Nags plays better, but my 90s Les Paul sounds better. Interesting. Well, guys, I gotta say, I appreciate you guys giving me your perspective on the NAMM videos. It's definitely making me think about some things. Obviously, we don't know at this point what's going to happen with next year's winter NAMM, and obviously that's much easier for me to get to than, you know, summer NAMM, because I don't have to pay for airfare to that. I just have to pay for gas. But it would be great to, you know, have winter NAMM next year, but the videos aren't gonna be the same thing, and I may not even do any at all. I might even actually take Phil McKnight's approach and just do like one video. I don't even know. I'm really giving very little thought to it right now, but it's, you know, ideas are circulating. I'm mulling over details and trying to see, like, you know, what could I do with this? You know, maybe there's something there, maybe there's nothing there. Who knows? Only time will tell. Be like me, have a couple performance-enhancing beverages and turn on the camera on your phone next NAMM. And then Sean Pierce Johnson's Piggyback Adventures, where we film Ben Coombs carrying you for the duration of the show. There we go. That's what we're doing. Sean Pierce Johnson's Piggyback Adventures. I'll be like Yoda, and Ben will be Luke Skywalker. I'll be sitting on his back and be like, no, you must learn. You must learn. Or something like that. I don't know. I like this pedal a lot. It is so much fun. I think you guys will like the video. I just wrapped it, filming it today. Probably be editing that soon. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just dropped the low E down to B just to see what happened. Oh, Dad joined in for a sec. Hi, Dad. way that that low B just bloomed out there, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's fun. Let's see, maybe. I can't really teach you anything about this one, Dad, because I just been messing around with it myself. Works for something, you know? Sure. Bent, your kid deserves a reward for dumping an entire bag of coconut in a batch of brownies. Thanks for joining in as much as you can, Dad. I know you've got a lot going on right now, so I appreciate it. Not bad. That was kind of fun. That was actually really fun. I don't know at all what this guitar is now tuned in. Oh, it's still so freaking hot in here. Oh. Let's actually see. We are tuned to B. B, E, B. No, that's A actually. A, G, B, and E. That's interesting. That's an interesting tuning. Can't make much heads or tails of it right now, just having fun. Yeah, right. None of you know why I'm laughing at what my dad just typed. You can turn on the air, probably get better airflow now. I told you guys about the plumbing leak that we found that we needed to take care of and got taken care of recently. So, you know, my dad being in construction, he came down and he helped us, you know, tear out some drywall, tear out some plywood in order to get access to that pipe. In the process, we had to cut out a section of drywall and plywood that basically is like the airflow part for our air conditioning unit or our furnace or whatever. And so basically, like, we had the one that was just like covered up with a vent, and now there's a hole in the wall that's on the other side. So it's like on two different sides there's airflow going into it. So there's much better airflow now for that. Jeez. Yeah, well guys, it's getting really hot in here. It's kind of hard to stay cool right now, so I'm gonna go do that. But I want to thank you guys so much for your feedback on, you know, what's the deal with NAMM videos, like how you guys see them, what you like to look for in them, because it definitely helps me make stuff that you guys are gonna want to watch, and hopefully more people are gonna want to watch. And right now I think it is a great time for us to kind of, collectively put our heads together and try to make stuff that is something that is going to help us through this really weird time. That's Sweat Pits Johnson. Oh God. Well, luckily, not terrible right now. Like there's a little bit, but it's not the worst in the world. But yeah, I think it's gonna help us get through this time if we can all kind of, in a weird way, start collaborating with one another, giving feedback on what we can do. I'm definitely looking forward to hanging out with Ben this Sunday. He just posted it. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Me and Ben on his channel are going to be doing a little live chat. Hopefully this time, Ben, our internet connection will actually be better so that, there's not like intense latency on my side trying to interact with you. So I'm hoping we'll have a different kind of setup where my connection is going to be a little stronger. We'll see how things go. But I want to thank you guys again for the feedback on the NAMM videos. It's definitely very helpful for me moving forward. I honestly think that right now there's going to be some really good stuff coming out. These acoustic videos, I just went through the audio and edited them yesterday, and it's real. Like, these guitars sound really, really nice recorded. I think you guys are going to enjoy the videos. It's something different because we don't see a whole lot of acoustic guitars on YouTube, and I think that's something that maybe we could start getting into, is doing a little bit more acoustic guitar play rather than just sticking with the electric. So in the spirit of that, I would love for you guys to come back this weekend for Stompbox Saturday. So click the subscribe button, ring the bell, turn on notifications. But if you're on Patreon, you'll be seeing that tomorrow. So please do consider doing so. The link's in the description below. Join me and Ben over on his channel this Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. Come back next week here on my channel, same bat time, same bat channel, for another SPJ Live, and maybe, fingers crossed, might be joined by a friend. You never really know. But Laz, I appreciate what you just said. We'll all be in touch sooner rather than later, but it was awesome to hang out with you guys for a little bit today. And until next time, my friends, Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all out there great tone, happy stomping, have a good night, stay safe, and stay healthy. Cheers, friends.